Today marks the kickoff of Season 3 in our Memphis Thunderbird franchise here on Madden 24. And if you missed the preseason stream, first off, I'd encourage you to watch if you have the time. The team looks really good at times in the preseason. And just to give you a quick notes version, I'm going to show you a few of the standouts, starting off with rookie receiver Monte Babber, who we selected in the 6th round. He showed more than any of the veteran receivers that were playing above him, and I think he earned himself that wide receiver 3 role in those 3 wide receiver sets. Of course, we kind of have our top 2 figured out already with Hendricks and Davis, but you know, we play a lot of 3 receivers, and when we do, it will be Babber to start the season instead of guys like DJ Chark and Quez Watkins, who he narrowly beat out. In terms of cuts, we did end up cutting both Tyquan Thornton and Jalen Reagor, who have played roles for us in the past. I just think we have better options at this point in the franchise. Another preseason standout was kind of just the offensive line in general. I think we showed a really good sign of hope ahead of Season 3 that things could be better on that front. I'm really excited about this offensive line. They were freeing up massive holes for guys like Bijan, AJ Dillon, and Keaton Mitchell all preseason long. Kevin Blatchford looked really sharp in the preseason as well. Defensively, what I saw was that Glenn Bush is going to be the starting defensive tackle in our run down formations in our base packages. Didn't see, a ton as a pass rusher, but he was really disruptive against the run, which is exactly what I like to see. And so he will be taking over the Michael Pierce role. We will still see a lot of Maurice Hurst in our kind of nickel and dime packages, but Bush earned himself a day 1 role. And while neither was super impressive, there was kind of an edge battle here, and I do believe Gross Matos won that one out. Trenton Simpson, who of course was the big trade that we made in the offseason, I think he will be a big addition. He flashed at times as well, and I really liked the look of Demir Hale in the slot. Didn't know how he would look in the slot because he's got an upgrade point here, but I was impressed. I liked what I saw a lot, so we're going to give him a slot upgrade here, because that is his new role on this team. Gets an addition to man coverage. This is the first time he's actually gotten up in man coverage because we've been working so hard on his zone. It's at least in the 70s now, so I'm comfortable maybe mixing in some man coverage upgrades here and there as well, but still want to work on that zone because we do play a decent bit. So those were kind of the standouts. I didn't have anybody that I was really disappointed in the preseason. I thought it was a strong showing overall, but a couple of young guys earning themselves day 1 roles was very nice to see in Bush and Babber. With that being said, I think I'm pretty confident in our top 3 corners, and I do not think they include Bryce Hall. So I will be adding Bryce to the trade block. He's already on it, but I think there could be some interested teams around the league for his services. Should injuries come, he's certainly a playable corner. He's also, should an injury happen in our corner room, he'll be the first one off the bench as well. So if we can get something like a round 4 pick for him, I would take that deal. If it's anything less than a 4 though, I'd probably just keep him for injury insurance, but we'll see if that caliber of offer comes along at some point this season. Overall, I'm very excited to see what this team can do in year 3, but we won't really know until we actually get the games going. We've got a week 1 matchup against the Washington Commanders, and in terms of season goal, I think we're kind of in between this 7 wins and making the playoffs. If I had to guess what this team ends up at this year, I'm thinking somewhere in that 7-10 to 9-8 range, maybe just outside the playoffs. So I think 7 wins is a decent goal for us. It would be the first time we would hit that mark should we hit it. Something else that happened in preseason is we got a camp standout scenario for Trenton Simpson, our new middle linebacker. He's certainly flashed in both training camp and the preseason, so happy to see him with the opportunity to get a big time upgrade here in week 1 if he can make some plays on the ball. In terms of our opening day keys, I think we're always going to be a team that's focusing on the offense with an offensive-minded coach here in Lewis Smart. And in terms of what we want to do, I really was a fan of what I was seeing with the run game in the preseason. So I'm hoping we can continue that here in week 1. Taking a look now at this Washington Commander roster that we'll be facing off against today. At quarterback, they have stuck with Sam Howell up to an 80 overall here. Definitely has the short accuracy down. He's got a big arm here with 93 throw power as well. Has some mobility about him. I think he's a solid player, and I can't blame Washington for sticking with him. He certainly showed some things in real life this year, ended up getting benched by the end. They got a good backup here in Gardner Minshew should things go awry with Howell. Brian Robinson remains the tailback here in Washington. Good power back kind of player. In terms of wide receiver, they still got Terry McLaurin kicking it at wide receiver 1 at the age of 29. Just really good route runner with really good hands, and also juke some people out after the catch. Good all-around player. Going to be tough for our secondary to stop. They also have Keenan Allen, who they brought in to help bolster their wide receiver room, and Jahan Dotson as well. Gerald Everett will be the tight end for this team. Dion Dawkins is a solid addition as well. Good pass protector to keep that blind side of Howell protected. Joe Tooney, really good player, but he will be injured for this week 1. So we can catch a lucky break there. Center, not looking so good. So with their backup left guard, a center in the 60s, they might be playing Moreland. They probably should. I'm going to take a look here. This guy might just have to move him to center. Sometimes you got to help Madden fix their rosters a bit. He's 6'6" though, so I don't know if that's actually a good change for him. Who's their other guy? Oh, another guy who's 6'6". What about Ricky Stromberg? We're gonna make Ricky Stromberg, I think, a center. He's got that glove on like he plays center as well, so I think that might be the move. They got a lot of depth there at right guard. They need a better center. And so you got to imagine that Moreland will also be playing left guard. So now all of a sudden their interior offensive line is looking a little bit better. Walker Little and Jason Broyles. Hopefully we're seeing Broyles start there, would be my guess. Evan Williamson here in year 2. Really good finesse rushing prospect. And Leonard Williams, who's more of a 3-4 end. So a little bit of some scheme controversy here because they've got a couple of 4-3 ends and a 3-4 end here. They've also got Deron Payne and Jonathan Allen. So if they're playing Leonard Williams, which you imagine they would, there's going to be a lot of run stuffing players there. Matt Maynard was the guy I really wanted in our year 1 draft. Ended up not being able to get him. His zone coverage ended up being not as good as I was hoping it was going to be anyway, but still a really good player. Good run stopping linebacker. Shaq Thompson, Jamin Davis makes a pretty solid group. Kendall Fuller remains here with the Commanders. Superstar development at 30 years old, 90 in both of his coverages. Derek Forrest and Cam Curl has become quite the player as well. Can cover, can hit, can do a little bit of everything at that safety spot. So a solid Washington roster. Not going to be an easy win by any means. We look here at what our weekly strategy is going to be. I think this is a team that you got to kind of defend that short to intermediate gain with Sam Howell having that short accuracy so high, plus the addition of Keenan Allen. I think I'm going to go defend the short pass here. In terms of what I want us to do, maybe shouldn't have done run with the Commanders' interior defensive line being so strong. but we're going to lean into it a bit. We're going to try to boost our interior run game here. With Charlie Kyle back in the lineup, he did get injured in the preseason. We're going to have him back here. Just really want to make sure his development goes well. So we're going to have him be one of our focus players. And let's get into week 1 against the Washington Commanders. And we will be on the road to start season 3. Before we get into the action today, I want to hear your thoughts on what to expect from this season, what you think our record might be, maybe some breakout players or possibly regression players as well. I want to hear your thoughts. If you have any, drop them in the comments, and I'd love to talk Memphis Thunderbird football with you. Well, let's get this season underway. Sorry for the brief hiatus from the channel. I did have some things, unavoidable things, pop up during the weekend, but I'm excited to get back into the daily uploads. And no better place to start than with a brand new season. The 2025 Memphis Thunderbird story begins now. We will start the season on the defensive side of the football. Sam Howell trotting out the Washington Commander offense at that 80 overall here. Definitely could see some big plays from the Commanders. He has that aggressive play style, but we got to take advantage of that and create some turnovers off of it as well. First play from scrimmage is going to be a throw to the flats and a solid gain for Washington. Call it 8 yards to Brian Robinson. Looks like we brought some pressure there on that first play. Bringing up 2nd and 2, bunch formation. Howell has a man for the first down to the 39-yard line. A couple of nice completions to start the game for Washington. Bunch formation again this time. They'll go play action, and this one will fall to the dirt. It looked like McLaurin had some room, but maybe some miscommunication there. Not uncommon for a week 1 game. Commanders going bunch quite often here to start this game. This time it'll be for 3. So far, all 4 plays coming through the air. 3rd down now. First opportunity to get off the field. Here's Sam Howell deep downfield, but that one was well covered. Demir Hale all over his man. And we will force a punt here to start the season. So, Kevin Blatchford and the offense. What can we expect from them this year? I think we improved in the offensive line department. We got ourselves some new weapons to toy around with. I'm expecting a jump in production here in Blatchford's 2nd season. Let's see how we start off. Going to be a run to Bijan for a gain of 4. Definitely want to continue to see a high dosage of Robinson in this offense. He had some great games last year and should only be getting better. But one thing that was a problem in last year's offense was the sacks. And here it's showing its head early. Blatchford had time there, but just didn't like what he saw, and the pressure eventually gets through the line. And I'd love to see Blatchford just start taking dump-offs in that scenario rather than taking these sacks. We're going to throw a screen, and as it usually is, they do not work for this team for some reason. We can't ever even get the completion, let alone the yardage out of them. So we go 3 and out to start the year. Not great. Robinson gains 5 here on this first play of Washington's 2nd drive. Starting with pretty decent field position after we got absolutely nothing on offense. Play action for Howell. He gets hit by Jalen Carter, but able to throw with a man right in his face. Good play from the Washington quarterback. First and 10 from the 46. Howell in the gun. They'll go pass once more. Very pass-heavy start for the Commanders, and it's going to be incomplete. Targeting Terry McLaurin as Josh Uche is injured. That'll bring in the undrafted free agent in his second year, DeMarco Fleming, as there's a big hole in the zone for Everett, the tight end. That's going to bring Washington right onto kind of that borderline scoring range here. But a big play from the defense could knock them out of it. Robinson, he's going nowhere there. Trenton Simpson on the tackle. Of course, would have loved to see that go for a loss so it could help him with his camp standout scenario, but it'll be just a gain of 1. Howell from the empty formation finds another hole in the zone, this time for Terry McLaurin. 6 of 9 early for Howell. Has done a nice job making the right reads in this one, so it'll be 1st and goal now. Washington knocking on the door. Howell evades and throws out of bounds. Nice pressure there by Jalen Carter. He's had a good start. Now 2nd down, bunch formation on the right side for Howell. Thrown into the flats, that'll be a short completion for McLaurin down to the 6. Demir Hale on the tackle. So can the defense finally get the stop, force them to 3? Howell, he's evading left and he's going down. That's DeMarco Fleming coming in for the injured Josh Uche with his first career NFL sack, and it came at the perfect time, shutting down this Washington Commander drive. Nice to see a UDFA getting some playing time and making the most of it here. So that should force Washington to settle for 3 here, barring any surprise play here, but they will just kick it in for 3. Washington strikes first. Blatchford now out for drive number 2. We're starting it at the 16 after a bad kickoff return. We get the first completion to Javier Hendricks. That'll bring up 2nd and 3. Fullback into the game for Memphis. It'll be a give to Bijan, and he's got space on the outside, juking past one man and getting past the 30-yard line. Nice blocking there. Let's bring Bijan for the 1st down. Jumbo package here for the Thunderbirds. It'll be another give and another solid gain. This time 7 yards. Run game is working early, just like I was hoping it would in our game plan session. Past the 6 there is Kevin Williamson, his first grab of the new year. So we've already done better this drive than the last by a wide margin. In about 30 yards here as we got 1st and 10 play action. Blatchford going downfield. It's a catch. That's Monte Babber. His first in the league is a big one all the way down inside the red zone. That's exactly why this man has earned himself playing time to start his career. He has the game-changing speed that's going to get him open and get us some big plays offensively. Second drive looking much, much better than the first, but we're going to get a false start here from second-year tackle Charlie Kyle. Going to set us back a few yards. 1st and 15. Making the give to Bijan. Williamson on the reception. Gains about half the yardage we needed. They'll call it 8. So we've got 2nd and 7. Blatchford in the gun. He's got a man. That is Monte Babber, catch number 2 already. I will bring up 3rd down. Do not want to settle for 3 after this promising drive. Let's punch it forward here. We're going to give it to Bijan. That's a trusty man to give it to. And another positive gain on the ground. It's been working out for us quite well to start this game, but so has the pass. Under a minute left here in the first quarter. That's going to be a play action against an all-out blitz, and that rarely works out for the offense. Not a great result on 1st and goal. Going to put us in a tough spot here. Needing 13 to get into the end zone on the next 2 plays. And we'll give to Bijan. Why do we always run it so often on 2nd and super long? I don't get it, man. Blatchford. He's got Javier Hendricks underneath, and he will get into the end zone. Touchdown, Memphis. The first of the new season will give us the lead. Glad that we were able to get the result we wanted, finding the end zone after very questionable 2nd down call. We always run it for like 2 yards whenever we have a negative play on 1st down, and it drives me nuts. Ow. Finds the hole there, but nice timing on the play from Christian Gonzalez. Saying there that we've only allowed, 6 yards on the ground, but I think they've only run it twice. Owl. From the gun, they're running screen. He has to throw it into the dirt. Jalen Carter there applying the quick pressure. Third and 10. Defense has an opportunity to give us some great field position here, and they're going to make it just even a little bit better after Jalen Carter just pancaked his man for the sack. Excellent way to end that drive. Bijan, no! Not Bijan, please! Our offense always looks so much worse whenever Bijan leaves. Well, he lasted a quarter. That's all I can say to start this season. Come on. Keaton Mitchell into the game, but it's going to be a read option. Why are we running read option, dude? That's something that Madden has to address in future games. Just, there should be a way to tell the game that, hey, I've got a slow quarterback that should not be running read option. What if the Bears move on from Justin Fields for a slow quarterback? Is he going to be running the ball 12 times a game? Just because the playbook? There's got to be a way to address it in the traits or something, I feel like. Because I'm so sick and tired of seeing Blatchford run the ball so much. It's not his game. But I digress. We'll get into this Washington Commanders drive. Nice to see an RPO work out in Madden. It feels like they're rarely successful. And a wide receiver screen at that, which is even less often successful in this game. So sweet play to start the drive. Howell. He's got a man in the flats just evading the pressure there. Had a couple of Thunderbirds who had a shot at a sack. But instead is a 5-yard Washington gain. Now it's 2nd and 5. Howell. Once again back to pass. And the pressure comes, forcing the throw out of bounds. Liking what I'm seeing from this defensive line earlier, particularly from those interior spots. Now 3rd down. 5 yards to go. Passing situation for the Commanders, and Howell's going to roll right into a sack. Gross Matos there. And that's the 3rd sack already of this game. Quick throw over there from Blatchford, and Javier Hendricks jukes past one man, and he's down inside the 15 to the 13-yard line. Didn't get to see much of Hendricks run after the catch ability last year, it felt like, but he's showing it off there. Now we've got 1st and 10 from the 13, bunch formation on the right. Blatchford throws out of it. Has a short gain here to Williamson. That's 9 of 10 for 123 yards to start this game for Blatchford. He has been sharp. Except, of course, for the sacks. Dylan will trudge ahead for a couple here. So now it's 3rd down. And we come through in the red zone for a second time in a row. Blatchford incomplete over the middle, targeting his tight end once more. That'll bring up 4th down. So this time we'll have to settle for 3. We can't get lucky on 3rd down 2 times in a row. But we'll extend our lead to a full touchdown here in the second quarter. Under 7 minutes left in that second quarter here as the Commanders start their drive. Nice tackle in the flat by Ingram. Expecting big things from him as he steps into that day 1 starter role alongside Simpson at that linebacker spot. Howell, he's getting chased. And the 2 edge rushers combine, Uche and Gross Matos. You know, Sam Howell's a guy that'll definitely take a lot of sacks, and we have taken advantage of that here in this first half for sure. A lot of big plays from our defensive line. 3rd and 21. It's going to be caught. Terry McLaurin beats the rookie Gibson on 3rd and 21. Not a very big window there for Howell, but he made the throw. 18 passes to 2 runs. Another thing Madden needs to work on, is their run to pass ratio. This is just terrible. And as I say that, of course, they run, but that'll bring up 2nd down. Howell. He's got a man past midfield. Gerald Everett on the reception. That puts the Commanders 1st and 10 from the 48. Looking to even this game up. And off to Robinson. A diving tackle attempt from Jalen Carter. We'll stop him after he gains a few. Howell making a change here on this 2nd down play. Under 3.5 left in the first half. It's another pass for Washington, and this one goes past the sticks for Terry McLaurin. 4 catches for 56 yards, including that big-time 3rd down catch earlier on this drive. Howell. Back to pass again. He's going backwards, and he fumbles the ball. Still on the ground. Somehow we didn't find that recovery. How did we not recover that fumble? Either way, just a big play. A loss of a whole 30 for the Commanders. I mean, we've given up a 3rd and 21 on this drive, but you can't imagine we give this up. 2nd and 40. Howell. Gonna find a nice gain there of 11. But still, 3rd down and a mile. We can't even see the yellow line anywhere near on this, and they're just gonna give up on the drive. Still got just under 2 minutes and all timeouts to work with to come up with something ourselves, but that's not going to be a good start. Van Geekel coming off without any contact, getting straight to Blatchford. 2nd and 17. Looks like we're just basically going to give up the drive there after taking the sack. And then, okay, come on, dude. How do you not plan for the fact that your play has a stupid motion when you decide when to start it? Ugh. Madden is just painfully behind games like 2K when it comes to CPU versus CPU gameplay. That's ridiculous. How do you just take the delay of game there? I mean, at this rate, we're probably going to give Washington another opportunity to score here. They're going to start at the 44-yard line because we took a sack and then a stupid delay of game after. Nice job by Hale, though. He definitely shined in the slot in preseason. He's having a good start to this game as well. 50 seconds remaining. 2nd and 10. Howell. Feeling the pressure, just dumps it to the flats. Kenya Gibson there. Doing a nice job keeping the check down covered. 3rd and 10 now. This would be a nice stop as Washington started the drive almost in scoring range already. And Grant Telpett nearly removes Jahan Dotson's head on that play. That was definitely dangerous by Sam Howell, looking to get his guy killed. It's going to be 10-3 going into the half. I feel like we did solid. I feel like our offense hasn't been on the field all that much. Would love to see them heat things up here in the second as we're starting off with a bang here. A nice throw moving to his left by Blatchford to Monsey Babber. Already past the 40-yard line. That's 3 catches for 60 yards for the rookie in his debut. Blatchford, he's just gonna run backwards, and take a sack. I mean, this is exactly the kind of stuff we were seeing last year. We need to see him get better at this. You're not outrunning anybody. Like, every single edge in the NFL is faster than you, Blatchford. Nice run here from A.J. Dillon to make it a 3rd down and the least possible. But he needs to stop trying to run to the edge, man. You're not going to do it against anybody. Most defensive tackles are faster than you in today's NFL. All day to throw. Eventually, he finds a man on 3rd and 13. It's Kevin Williamson for the 1st down. Beautiful protection there on just the 3-man Washington rush. From the Commander side of the field, it's a quick dump off. Nice recognition by Blatchford, but they're going to call it a loss of 5 because this game, dude. Just go down. You get the forward momentum. It's like a 7-yard difference. It doesn't matter anyway, as on 2nd and 15, we see Gabe Davis across the middle. Only his 2nd catch today, not super involved in the first half. From the 27, Blatchford back to pass. He'll check it down for a gain of a couple. But that's the kind of stuff I want to see from him. Rather than sitting back there and taking the sacks, just take the gain of 2. Quick sit-down route by Gabe Davis, his 2nd catch of the drive. That'll make it 3rd and 4 here. Been a promising drive. Would love to punch it in for 6. Back to pass. It's Williamson. Quick release off the line. Getting it right to him. For the 1st down yardage. 1st and 10 now from the 14. Mitchell motioning out of the backfield, leaving Blatchford alone. He's got time and has another short completion to Gabe. It's the 2nd time he's caught a ball for like 4 yards today. I don't know what Kendall Fuller was doing on the ground there. Second down. Quick throw, and I don't know how that's not pass interference. I mean, our guy was just getting mauled there and no call at all. I'll bring up 3rd down. Needs 6 to get the conversion. Needs 11 for the touchdown, and that's what we're going to get. Kevin Williamson on the reception. Holds on through the contact and gets our 2nd touchdown of the game. Extending our lead 17-3. Blatchford had time and found the one-on-one matchup that he wanted. Pretty long scoring drive from our Thunderbirds. 40 down, under 7 minutes left in the 3rd quarter, and Howell fumbles again, and it's picked up by Yetur Gross-Matos. Edge rush having a field day, and just the defensive line in general going against Sam Howell and this offensive line. Howell has done a terrible job getting rid of the ball, and he's paying for it. So we've got First and goal from the 3. Have a chance to really start to put this game away, and Keaton Mitchell gonna get stopped up for a loss of 3 instead. Now back to the 7. The handoff to Mitchell to the outside, and he's got the speed into the end zone, diving. He broke the plane. Keaton Mitchell, touchdown. Memphis Thunderbirds. All his speed was needed on that one as he got collided with the second he crossed the goal line. It's 24-3 now for Memphis, as now the Commanders decide to start running the ball, I guess. Second and 1. Howell. Play action. Over the middle, and he gets his man hit again. I mean, these receivers can't be very happy with Howell right now. He's getting them hit pretty hard. Third and 1. Empty backfield. And a little bit too easy there in the flats. Nobody within 5 yards of Keenan Allen there. But that's what the bunch formation is designed to do. So now Washington has it 1st and 10 from the 40. To give. And that's going to be an injury for Glenn Bush, the rookie defensive tackle. Earned himself a role in the preseason as well with some strong play. But one of the things coming out of the draft was that he had a little bit of a problem with injuries, and it's showing up here in week 1. 2nd and 8. Play action. Howe on the move to his left and makes a throw. But Christian Gonzalez was right there to force the incompletion. As always, strong play from him today. 3rd and 8. That one is complete. Keenan Allen. He's been a dependable 3rd down target for many years, and here he was for Howell on that one. Ranners going 5 wide here. They're going to get a quick throw to Gerald Everett off of it. That'll be 6 after being run out of bounds by Gonzalez. Now the 35. Howell gets it to Jahan Dotson. Christian Gonzalez saw that one coming, just couldn't quite make the play. So Dotson has the Commanders down to the 28-yard line. Hand off to Robinson. This has been the best Washington drive, maybe of this entire game, at least since their one scoring drive for sure. They're finally getting Robinson involved a bit now that they're down by 21. Seems kind of a backwards strategy for Washington here. Wait until you're down 3 scores to start running the ball. But hey, who am I to judge? Commanders have it 1st down from the 14. Howell took about as long as he possibly could to throw that one. He eventually falls incomplete off the hands of Keenan Allen. 32 passes to 8 runs, and that's with like 4 runs on this drive. Howell evading again and just throwing right before getting sacked. It feels like he's getting pressured on nearly every attempt, which is exactly what we want to see. Howell getting blitzed. He's evading Ingram, who thought for a second he probably had his first career sack. But Howell instead throws it out of bounds. Washington will take the field goal here. I don't know why. Seems like an odd thing to do here. You go from down 21 to down 18. That's still 3 scores, though. And free rushers off the edge here. There's Johnson saying, my bad. Yeah, you didn't even touch the guy. I don't know how this is still a problem this many years later for Madden, man. There's just like certain formations, and we get another sack here. My goodness. Where the blockers just will never touch the edge rushers. It's something crazy as we almost get a safety there. So we're going to punt from our own 1. Washington wouldn't even try to block the punt. Fortunately for us, but they will start with pretty good field position. Although considering you're punting from the 1, keeping them on their side of the field to start is pretty good job by the punter there. Washington would get to midfield after just 1 play, though. Bringing up 2nd and 5. Al finds a man in the flat. That's Brian Robinson. He's tripped up by Delpit. Nice effort there, diving to the ground. If he hadn't have made that, Brian Robinson would have had quite a few more yards there. Now 3rd and 2. Al. He's evading left, right into the arms of Josh Uche. Man, these quarterbacks love to just run right into pressure in this game. 4th and 14 now. Al. Throwing, and it's tipped up and intercepted by Delpit. He's the one that got that initial tip. It ends up coming right back into his arms. Great play from Grant Delpit in his 2nd season with the team. Been a very good signing for us, I'd say, so far. You always worry with safeties about them not being super impactful. I think Grant Delpit's been impactful here. Jonathan Allen just tearing up that play. We're all too familiar from our previous Madden 24 franchise about what some of these dominant interior defensive linemen in the NFC East can do to your run game. Williamson will gain 5 here, bringing up a 3rd down opportunity for the squad. From the 48, Latchford. He's going to Monte Babber and is picked off. Looks like Fuller knew the route better than Babber there, and we've got another rookie injured. This time it's Hackett. So our 2 rookies that had a bit of injury concern are both injured in week 1. So that's rearing its ugly head already. Howell. Gains 8 there to Keenan Allen. Washington now in Memphis territory. Changing things up here at the line. The throw to the flat. Brian Robinson will get just enough for the first. 7 catches, but only for 30 yards for Brian Robinson. We've done a nice job containing those underneath routes to him. Al missing Dotson on this one. Maybe getting a little bit antsy with the constant pressure we've been applying to him today. That'll put us under 8 minutes left in the game. Might be one of Washington's last chances, if not the last chance, to make this a ball game. Al throwing on the run again. This time it's broken up by Ingram. I'm liking what I'm seeing from the rookie in his debut. Now 3rd and 10. Al has a clean pocket, and he throws past the stick. Strong coverage from Gibson, who's definitely been beaten a couple times today, but I like that he's continued to battle. 4th and 10. Al. Plenty of time. He's just going to throw one up, and it's intercepted by Demir Hale. That's the second time we've gotten an interception on a 4th down play here today. I mean, I respect Howell on 4th down, just chucking something up, hoping that it works. But so far, it's working for us. Although, if you're speaking technically, those interceptions have, lost us a little bit of field position. But I'll take the interception over a few yards of field position any day. For sure. Could this be a put-away drive for our Thunderbirds? Certainly has the potential to be, but running the ball has been difficult since Bijan exited the game. I will say that. Only 43 rushing yards today. How many did Bijan have in one quarter? Half that? At least? That one? Incomplete for Gabe Davis. Manuel Forbes on the coverage. Nice job to break it up. So we're now in danger of a 3 and out. And we're just going to hand it off, basically giving up the possession there. Not been a pretty quarter for the offense on either side of the football, I'll say that. Can't really get much of an inch in the run game. And haven't done much in the pass game either, although we haven't been trying to, for being honest. Jalen Carter gonna get another sack here. That's a guy that you don't want to see running you down with nobody between you and him. Just beat his man. You can see him lying on his back there in that replay. And came after the quarterback. His second sack today. He has had himself quite an afternoon, along with the rest of our defensive line. 2nd and 20. Commanders flipping the play. Howell has a man with plenty of space coming out of the backfield. That'll gain about half the yards. Now 3rd and 11. Really 3rd and 10 and a half. Not nearly so daunting. Howell. He's got it for a first down and more. Terry McLaurin running away from Demir Hale. Down inside the 40. Hale's had himself a good afternoon, but that time he got beat. He's not the fastest of corners, and we've seen, throughout Madden's history how important speed is. It came into play there on that rep. Down to 4.5 minutes. Sam Howell evading, and he's going down again. Jalen Carter the first there, but there were more right there. Our 9th sack. Can we get to double digits today with one more? That would be an excellent start to our season for the D-line. Can we get it right here? Yes, we can. Sack number 10 today. An absolute feast for our defensive line here. Howell just going to throw it away. I mean, I don't know how you don't just run it there. You're getting at least 5, if not 10 plus yards. Gonna be 4th and 33. We've got an interception, all the 4th downs here before. Can we get another one? Howell. He's gonna get picked off. It's Kenya Gibson, but there is a flag. Please don't be roughing the passer. It's roughing the passer. That's gonna wipe out Kenya Gibson's first career interception. Gross Matos, what are you doing? I mean, Kenya Gibson's first career pick wiped off the board by a stupid play from Gross Matos. That might be a benchable offense in and of itself, even though he's had himself a strong afternoon. First and 10. Throw over the middle for 5. Assuming Howell throws here, it'll be his 50th attempt today. And that's well past first down yardage. I mean, the fact that he's thrown the ball 50 times, and we've sacked him 10 times with that, I mean, there have been a lot of Washington dropbacks in this game. Feels like they've had the ball for a lot longer than us in this one. We've only had 24 points, but it seems like hasn't been a bad day in the office for the offense. It just hasn't been much for them to do, especially in the second half. And under 2 minutes, Washington trying to make this one a game. They're going to say that was incomplete. That kind of looked like a touchdown to me, if I'm being honest. They're going to get a review on it as well. That looked like 6 to me. Let's take a look here by McLaurin. I mean, I think that looks beautiful. 1, 2. Yeah, I think that's a touchdown for Washington. And that is what they would rule. So, now Washington, just an onside kick away from maybe making this one a game. But if they don't recover this, then you got to think this one's finally over. And it's been an ugly fourth quarter. I would not mind it being over, if I'm being honest. So here comes the kick. It's recovered by Memphis. And Hendricks, for a moment, looked like he had a lane there to take it all the way back, but he ends up getting tackled. So the week 1 victory will go to the Memphis Thunderbirds, 27-13. We'd tack on a late field goal there, but didn't really matter as to the outcome of this game. We are 1-0 through 1 week. Overall, I thought a fairly strong performance. I mean, only 27 attempts for Blatchford compared to 53 for Howell. But when he was throwing the ball, I feel like he was doing really good. I had a 108 rating today, which is good. Running the ball was pretty rough for us once Bijan left the game. Williamson led us in both catches and yards today, caught a touchdown, as did Hendricks. Babber with 3 for 60. He had a really good start. Didn't really get much after, but again, we didn't really pass much come the second half at all. These defensive line stats are going to look insane. Yes, they are. 4 sacks for Uche, 2.5 for Matos, and for Jalen Carter. Couple of forced fumbles. I mean, just an all-around great game. Unfortunately, though, Trenton Simpson did not get his camp standout, so no 10,000 XP for him, unfortunately. Also, we didn't end up running the ball as well as we wanted to, but we still get 1,000 XP for winning the game. Here in week 2, it is our home opener against the Atlanta Falcons. Starting off things well here, but the Falcons tie things up right before the half. 24-20, we've got a lead going into the fourth quarter. Atlanta, though, takes their first lead of the ball game with about 4 minutes left in it, and they hold on for the victory. That hurts. We had a lead for the grand majority of this ball game, but Atlanta held the lead last, which is ultimately, of course, what counts. Just couldn't get much offense going there in the second half. Blatchford only passed 17 times in this game. That's interesting. Bijan with 70 yards. I mean, why is Blatchford carrying 8 times, dude? That is really annoying, I gotta be honest. Just not much in the passing game. I don't know why we didn't pass at all in this game. I mean, we held the lead for most of it, but still. Uche adds a couple more sacks here today. Blackman gets an interception, a couple of deflections for the rookie Gibson. So let's go ahead and do some upgrades here, as we are 1-1 through 2 games. It's kind of about the kind of team I think we'll probably have this season. Kind of that. I'm expecting a lot of 1-1 episodes. Blatchford adds his final ability, which is persistent. He'll be harder to knock out of the zone, which is, it's not the best by any means, but it's always nice to have your players in the zone for longer stretches of time, so I'll take it. Gabe Davis here, going to get a speed upgrade as well as 3 to medium route, a couple to catch in traffic. That's a really good upgrade for Gabe Davis. Kenya Gibson up next. He's kind of pretty even between man and zone, so we'll go slot here. He gets an upgrade to both man and press. He also gets his dev trait revealed. It is unfortunately only star. I'm still very high on him despite the fact that he only has star dev. But of course, would have loved to see some superstar abilities on that player. Of course, he still has a chance to get that upgraded, either through Rookie of the Year or just because of ball production. Of course, had his first pick and wiped off the board, which I'm still upset about. But it is what it is. A couple of accuracies here for Behringer, who already has 98 kick power. Hackett, got injured in that first game, but luckily, as you saw briefly there, none of those injuries ended up being long-term, so a few guys knocked out of the game, but everybody is still available for us ahead of week 3. Carlos Roman here, a couple to lead block is really nice. That's kind of the rating you look for the most in a fullback, or at least I do. Williamson. I mean, tight end upgrades are just sick. A couple to run block as well. That's really nice. Monte Babber up next with his first upgrade. We're going to go with deep threat. Really want him to get some release. He gets +1 there. Need that release put up there if he's going to be an outside receiver for us, which he is. Daryl Ingram. Thought he played well in week 1. +1 speed for him. +2 to man and 1 to zone as well. So some solid upgrades for the boys. We also got some trade offers for Bryce Hall. Put him on the trade block earlier on in the episode. Looks like the Broncos want him, and I took a look at their depth chart, and yeah, they definitely need him. He would be their corner too. So wanted to try to get a 4 for him, but unfortunately it didn't work under the cap. So I offered Anthony Walker, who they initially offered. They said yes, so Bryce Hall has netted us a 4th round pick. Anthony Walker, unfortunately, doesn't have any good tags like mentor or anything, so he'll just be on the roster as a backup for us. But really what we traded Bryce Hall was for the 4th round pick. Walker was just to make the money work. I also forgot to mention that I did sign Owen Pappoe from the Cardinals practice squad. That was the one practice squad player that I stole. So that's all I've got for this week 1 and 2 episode. Hope you enjoyed it. We'll be back with weeks 3 and 4 soon, and I will see you then. Go Thunderbirds.